This is my cattle ranch. Been here since 1944. Lana and I have combined our ranches. We live together here. She loves cattle and, unfortunately, racehorses.
A river dam just over 4 miles from Paul Allen's ranch broke on March 14th after a bomb cyclone and record rain hit Nebraska, causing $1 billion of damage to agriculture alone. When the flood subsided, it left Paul's ranch covered with blocks of ice and a thick layer of mud.
When deer season comes along, we pretty much don't do anything else. I shot that one in about 65. The water in here was this deep. All these sacks are full of ruined seed. See where the dirt is on the roof? That's how high the water was.
This was the start of what the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration predicts to be an unusually destructive spring flood season. 25 states are at serious risk. Family farming hasn't been lucrative for decades. But the combination of natural disasters, tariffs, and rock-bottom prices caused Midwest farm bankruptcies to more than double over the last 4 years. It's no longer a rational choice to farm. It's an emotional one.
There's a dead cow right there. She was completely covered up the other day. There's probably about 60 or 70 more like that. What's gonna hurt us the worst is the bulls. We had some pretty good high-dollar Red Angus bulls, a couple of them that was really good ones. Probably $100,000 worth of cows. I keep looking up here in the timber thinking maybe there'll be another 30 or 40 walk out of there, but it's not happening. Who knows what stuff is out there that ain't even mine? Like that fuel barrel right there, it ain't even mine. And of course, all the fences are just gone. I know we'll get through it. It's just something you gotta do. The people that have been helping and calling us, crazy. All kinds of help out there.
It's been helping people whatever they need.
They're going to have trouble recovering from this. USDA programs will be important to them, but it's also why community support like this is very important, that they'll need to band together and work together to help each other out.
It didn't get in the house, but
It didn't get in our houses either, but that's the highest I ever seen it get. We'd have had any warning.
Maybe some of them won't make it through this storm or this problem, but the bulk of them will. I don't think that farmers want to quit. The challenge every spring of planting a new crop or watching the new birth on the farm is something that is rewarding in a way that people that aren't farmers and ranchers can't understand.
If there's one thing that's underpriced in the cattle business today, it's cows. Cows are cheap. The cattle business is a gamble, and we all know it. So you just work. And I think that cow got twins. She had 2 calves with her yesterday. One's way bigger than the other. But dang, I counted a lot of calves down here. They sure look happy today. We got the feed, we got the time. Ice will melt, who cares? And I do think that this cattle market is gonna get better. We're getting old and shouldn't even be doing this probably. You just get bucked off, you get up and get back on. That's all there is to it.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our praises to Yahawah, Ba'ashem, YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone. And peace and blessings to the whole collective Israel. And basically, the topic of this lesson is getting into the great famine, the great food shortage was getting ready to hit the shores of America, of all you proud Americans, you so-called Americans, all right? Because the Most High is sending a plague on this land because of all the wickedness it produces and the things it does and perpetuates and pushes forth on the four corners of the earth, all right, which is wickedness. And the things and atrocities you have done to his people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, you so-called white people, you white men, women, and children, you're getting ready to pay for the atrocities which you have done to, again, the Most High's people. All right, so this pride and joy, this good old America is getting ready to crumble. Okay, all the hell you put forth on all the around the world, around the globe, is getting ready to hit you at your doorstep. All right, this famine is going to be a very near future problem for you everyday people here. All right, you that dwell here in Babylon. Okay, so just to get started, here 40 maps that explain food in America. All right, so America has been completely changed. All right, this land, America, it has completely changed. All right, it used to be a beautiful country as far as the trees and the natural things. The natural state of this country has been completely changed to what? High rises and McDonald's. Okay, so here's a map in 1922 of American agriculture, which it was, at that time it was still a heavy thing. I mean, the greatness of the United States is founded on agriculture and whatever. But here I'm gonna start at number 2. We have fewer people working in agriculture now. All right, and here this is a heavy problem that you're getting ready to face. All right, the fruits of it. All right, so here in 1840, almost 70% of the American labor force worked in agriculture. By 2000, barely 2% of the American labor force worked in agriculture. The U.S. economy had transformed totally. All right, and that is in 2000. So what more in 2019, almost 20 years later? This is a big problem, okay? Because, the country was, they was in their overalls and they had farms. You had your farmland, and that was a normal way of life. All right, you could be able to provide for your own family and provide for families around your neighborhood. But today, that's not the case. Nobody in their household can provide for themselves. They have to what? They have to go to the supermarket. Okay? So yeah, the country has transformed into high-rise buildings. You got Apples, you got Apple TVs and all this kind of technology. But what happens when you can't feed your public? You can't feed your people. The nation is going to literally starve itself out. Okay? Because of scarcity. This is just common sense, and as far as economics. Okay? Who's gonna feed these people? There's 300 million people in the continental United States. With only 2% as far as 2000 feeding the rest of the majority. Okay? That's 98% people that cannot provide for themselves. That's a big problem. Okay, so what I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna get too ahead of myself. It's number 3, and we keep losing farms. Exactly. Okay, because why? Because the land that can be used for agriculture is what? Booming cities and kicking out the natural life to where farmers can't give any yields because there's just no space. So what? They've been what? Pushed out of the urban areas into the Midwest. Because that's where the majority of agriculture lays at. All right, the rest of it that's left majority of it is in the Midwest. Where guess what? Where really nobody lives at. And that makes perfect sense. All right, but here, in just 5 years, the U.S. experienced a net loss of 90,000 farms. So from 2007 to 2012, so I guess is the most recent study, all right, that they're putting out, because they put out a study now would be ridiculous. But in just 5 years, from 2007 to 2012, America has lost 90,000 100,000 farms. Okay, so you ask yourself, how is the country being able to feed itself? That's where GMOs come in. That's where big corporations come in. Okay, then they're lab tested seeds, and they're lab tested crops. Right, they splice genes and make them basically like a lab rat, but it's laboratory food that they sell on the counter, just like they do with the pharmaceutical business. Okay, everything has become industrialized. There's no natural thing here occurring in America because of corporate greed. It's all about money. Okay, that's why this place is crumbling. Okay, and it's crumbling from the foundations. Okay, and this is the thing that YAHAWASHI said he's going to do. I read Isaiah the 19th chapter. He is systematically breaking this country down. It's not just, obviously it's going to go with nuclear missiles, all right, but it's going to be much more artistic than that. Okay, just putting everything up in flames. Okay, what the Most High is doing is he's plaguing these people for all the hell that they have put forth on the four corners of the earth. Hell is getting ready to come past you and your homeland, your good old America, all right, which is established by rape, rob, and murder. Okay, you completely almost had complete genocide on the Most High's people. Okay, yeah, there's people that you have completely made extinct, like for example the Tasmanians. Okay, there's no original Tasmanian. They're extinct. Okay, part of the last one I think died on a reservation or something like that. Okay, and they name an animal after him, calling him the Tasmanian devil. This is how the so-called white man looks at you people, and you're getting ready to find out that he never cared about you. America is a corporation. It was an act of 1872, act of 18 something to that extent. After the Civil War, America went bankrupt, and the bankers they bought out America, just like they did in Europe. Okay, this is how America has gotten in trouble, has been gotten into because of greed. This place has been sucked dry, and this place is about to close up shop. Okay, but staying on point of this lesson, you people are getting ready to starve to death. Simple as that. Okay, so this is continuing. This is 5. So here's a map of the livestock, where the money is coming from as far as crops and where's the livestock. Okay, and you can see the majority of the concentration is where? In the Midwest. Okay, and I'm gonna get into that, why that's a big problem. All right, you can see some parts of California, that's also a big problem. Also Florida down south, that's also a big problem also. Okay, and the majority of what's right here, which crops are harvesting and where. Okay, here again, highest concentration is where? In the Midwest and a little bit of California. But the point is, going into these farmers, the reason why they're disappearing is because they're not making no money. So they pack up shop and they go into the corporate world. All right, and that's still happening today. The majority of these farmers which exist, they're not making any money. All right, you hear articles about them committing suicide. Okay, because they're losing their way of life, and this is the way. This is the agriculture is the only way that fuels you fat old Americans. All right, and the majority of the crops that these farmers sell, okay, a large portion goes to corn and soybeans. Okay, this is a big deal. Okay, again, the concentration is where? In the Midwest. And if these farmers are making any money, that's what they call cash crops. The farmers, they sell corn and soybeans so they make some money back. Okay, but without these two cash crops, these farmers have no chance, and that means no one's getting fed. Okay, so getting to the point. All right, I'm gonna show you why it's a big problem. All right, and the problem is natural disasters. All right, so here, this is This came out when? Yesterday? What's today? The 17th, 2 days ago. Okay, so here's why it's a big problem. Late spring's serious consequence. Some of the same locations in the plains and Midwest with chilly temperatures also experience very wet conditions. This combination of cold and wet has exacerbated the agriculture impacts of a late spring. Snow melt and heavy rainfall brought significant river flooding to parts of the plains and Midwest in March. All right, this is what I was talking about. Many farming yields were ruined. It will not be planted this year. Okay, according to the National Climate Data Center. Okay, so these farmers aren't having any time to plant their crops. Why? Because their land has been flooded. Okay, just think of it. It's not magic how your food ends up at the grocery store. Okay, how your tomatoes, how your lettuce, you name it. How does it end up at the grocery store? It comes from a farm, whether it be a GMO farm or quote unquote organic farm. Okay, whatever case of agriculture, it still needs to be planted and grown nonetheless. Okay, but without fertile land, these crops cannot grow. Okay, that means no food for you people. The Midwest Regional Climate Center noticed that spring planting was delayed due to the wet and cold conditions in the region. As of the end of April, corn planting was behind the 5-year average in all Midwest states. By May 12, only 30% of the nation's corn acreage has been planted. That's bad. And 30%, all right, as far as the usable land for agriculture is very small compared to the size of this nation. All right, again, because farmers usable land has been shrunk. Okay, and the majority of concentration is in the Midwest where nobody lives at. All right, continuing, had been planted 36 points behind the 5-year average. The corn planting in Illinois as of May 12 was the slowest on record, dating back to 1979. The soybean crop, okay, is also behind schedule. And as of May 12th, the United States Department of Agriculture said that just 9% of the nation's soybean acreage was planted. That is terrible. Okay, again, because soybeans is a cash crop. Okay, without any money coming from their cash crop, how are these farmers and these farmlands going to function? How are they going to operate? That means they're going to shut down. Okay, reading down, it's just reading over the states. North Dakota, okay, it's all down. Why? Because of rain. Okay, snow melting and heavy rainfall is flooding out farmers. Okay, to where they're offering themselves. Okay, and pretty soon you're gonna start noticing that at the supermarket. Okay, because this is where inflation takes place. This is where inflation takes place. Okay, there's going to be a scarcity. Okay, of food. All this security, you go to the supermarket, it's always filled. This is going to cease. All right, that goes into the grinding is going to cease. Okay, no food for you people, and that what you call a famine. Okay, California. These fires are what? These are burning usable farmland. All right, they're pushing out livestock. They're destroying crops. You think of Florida. Florida's, it says heavy rainfall in the Midwest. So everything is connected. So that means it's going to be a heavy rainfall as far as in the South. Okay, hurricanes, you name it. So it's not going to hit now, but later on in the year, towards the colder months of the year, October, September, November, December. Okay, it's going to be bad. Okay, if this isn't fixed. Okay, a lot of people are gonna what? Already people are starving in the streets now. You're gonna start seeing, it's gonna be a serious problem. Okay, you're gonna have soup lines. It's gonna be a big deal. Okay, because here's why. I'm gonna go back to here. Okay, I'm gonna go back to here, and I'm gonna get. I think it was Yep, going back to how farmers ain't making no money. A lot of farmers aren't making a living off their farms. They're not making no money. So that's discouraging them from what? From working. Okay, that's common sense. All right, but here's the point where I want to get at. All right, you read on to the bottom, last part. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture's most recent survey, 2012, about 4% of U.S. farms currently produce 66% of farm products. Hey, that's what you call all eggs in one basket, you know. And if anything will happen to this 4%, how are you people going to eat? And now America's cutting off ties with these people, these other nations, China, you know, you name it. So all this America first, what is starting to bite back. Okay. So again, the majority of produce comes from the Midwest. The Midwest is getting flooded. So that small 4%, you know, it cannot keep up with the demands of the rest to feed the public. Okay, again, you know, inflation is gonna start taking place. All right, price of bread, milk, you know, everyday things you take for granted, they're gonna start skyrocketing in price. Why? Because there's gonna be scarcity. It's gonna be a food shortage. Again, this is a famine. Okay. People know this. Okay, again, cash crop, corn, soybeans. Without these two cash crops, farmers are gonna be devastated. Okay, so that they're not gonna be able to function. They're not gonna be able to properly run their farm. So how is anybody going to eat? Okay. And hey, this is GMOs. All right. Here's a chart where it says either they're GMO free or they're mandatory labeling. You know, but here in America, it has no labeling. Why? Because majority of the food you eat is fake. It's lab tested. It's not by accident. Okay. This map shows whether foods that include genetically modified ingredients, such as GMO corn and soy, are required by law to be labeled. Countries colored the palest green have no labeling restrictions. And long behold, good old United States, really North America, the entire freaking continent. Okay, again, that's an issue. All right. So, hey, nonetheless, you know, I'm gonna get into some precepts, all right, to show this is biblical. Okay, and all this pride is all you people here doing this land are getting ready to be humbled. All right, all this pride of life, and hey, you're getting ready for a rude awakening. What's a good picture to keep on while I read? Whatever. I'll just keep it on the first one. This one. All right. So this is 2 Edges chapter 15. Start at verse 16. For there shall be sedition. Wait, I'll go back to verse 15. I'll start at verse 15. 2 Edges chapter 15, verse 15. I'll go to 14. Second Edges chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. All right, because again, getting to the point that, you know, these plagues are getting ready to hit the specifically talking about so-called America. Okay, this is not talking about pestilence. It's not talking about war. It's not talking about employment. You know, this is just talking about simply a food shortage. This is just one of the things that you people are gonna have to face with. Okay, not able to, you know, afford to feed your pets, not able to feed your children. Okay, and for some people, they're gonna start eating each other. All right, cannibalism, and cannibalism is in the scriptures, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, it's Isaiah the 8th chapter. In the 20th verse, just to double check. No. See, that's why I double check. It says that they shall eat the flesh of their own arm. Anguish, darkness, dismayed, anguish. Nonetheless, I will probably have to double check. It'll come back to me at the moment, but and nonetheless, all right, continuing. Now I gotta fight it down. Hold on. I mean, I could just search it while I'm playing around. Flesh, arm. 9. All right, here, Isaiah 9:20. And he shall snatch on the right hand and be hungry, and he shall eat on the left hand, and they shall not be satisfied. They shall eat every man the flesh of his own arm. Okay, boom, cannibalism. Okay, don't want to do that. But yeah, that was it. Okay, Slakia. All right, but going back to Second Esdras chapter 15 and verse 15. I read again. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. All right, why? Because the love of many shall wax cold. Because of what? The tribulation is getting ready to come on the earth. All your friend, your neighbor Sally, all right, your best bud from high school. Okay, you guys gonna be fighting against each other like enemies. Okay, you're fighting against your mother, your family, you name it. Okay, because great tribulation is coming on the face of the earth, great evils. All right, so this is verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Right, because people are gonna be hungry. All right, they need food. So what are they gonna do? Instinct is to what? They're gonna start robbing. Okay, coming into people's houses with the sword, saying, I need to eat, I need to feed, whatever. Okay, and sedition, meaning there's going to be a revolution, so to say. Okay, an uprising against the powers. Okay, so against the government. So that goes into anarchy. Okay, and a prime example, you want to go into history, is the French Revolution. Okay, there was bread riots. Okay, and they were beheading kings and princes. Okay, and that's going to happen again today in this time, because there was going to be your governors and your mayors holding them ransom. Right, this is what's getting ready to happen upon the face of the earth. Okay, so continuing, this is verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. All right, because that's going to be martial law. All right, cutting off the cities. Okay, and cutting off cities mean, where is the food supplies going to come from? All right, again, showing more proof that that you're not going to be able to eat. All right, that's a famine. Okay, there's going to be a lack of bread. All right, but continuing is verse 18. For because of their pride the city shall be troubled, and houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Exactly, because again, great evils, man. You people, again, y'all friendly, and even still, y'all people ain't friendly. You can't even wait 2 seconds at a light when it turns green. Okay, you're cutting people off, swerving if they, whatever case it is. You people are getting ready to show your true colors. All right, and nothing's gonna deliver you from these evils. Okay, because you chose this world. Okay, so this world is going to be your end. All right, but continues verse 19. This is really the point. All right, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. All right, the modern day sword is the gun, and spoil their goods. Exactly, take everything they got. All right, their food, their clothes. Hey, and if they have a daughter, all right, that is pleasing to the eyes, she's gonna get snatched up. The wife, same way. Okay, and there's a bunch of freaks that'll probably grab on some little boys. Okay, this is what's getting ready to happen. Okay, your worst nightmare, America's worst nightmare. Okay, because they're getting ready to fall into the hands of the king of terrors, which is YAHAWASHI. All right, but continuing, because of the lack of bread, there's not going to be no food. There's going to be no food out here. All right, everything's going to be scarce. All right, and for great tribulation. All right, this is where they're getting ready to happen. All right, because of the pride. Okay, what they say. This is the land that dwelleth carelessly. You know, people walk around without a care in the world. They're going to pool parties, you know, going to the club, you know, going to music concerts, you name it. You know, and they say evil shall not be able to come past us. You know, we shall not know tribulation. We shall not know the loss of children. Okay? We shall not be moved. We shall not be in adversity. These are these everyday thoughts of you people. And you know, this thinking process is moving out. All right, because people are beginning to realize, all right, they're in deep trouble. Okay, the spirit of Egypt is failing. It's not the same no more. All right, going to a basketball game, going to a football game, you know, it doesn't have the same life force in it, because this place is getting ready to be put out. All right, okay, and then this goes, you know, how am I going to get out of here? You know, this is talking about the elect inquiring how the godly shall be saved. Okay, so let's get to it. All right, so this is Luke. This is Luke chapter 12, and I'm gonna start at verse 22. And he said unto his disciples, therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, neither for the body what ye shall put on. The life is more than meat, and body is more than raiment. Okay, so you know how you know, speaking of how vain people think, you know, they think it's just about self-glory. Okay, you know, men shall not live by bread alone. Okay, he has to what? He has to take heed to these words. Okay, these words is the way to life. All right, to safety. All right, and then first and foremost, speaking on the name of YAHAWASHI, which is a strong tower. All right, and the righteous run into it and are safe. Okay, you can call upon any other name you want to, and we'll see how that's gonna how that's gonna work out. Okay, go call upon the gods which you have chosen, and see if they will deliver you in your tribulation. Okay, you know, but we are gonna wait. Well, speaking of the elect, you know, and speaking of my house, now we are gonna praise YAHAWASHI, because there is no other name under heaven which man shall be saved by. Okay, and only the elect are gonna call upon him anyways. Okay, because he's not dealing with you other people, right? Besides his elect. All right, but this is 24. Consider the ravens, for they neither sow nor reap, which neither have storehouse nor barn, and the Most High feedeth them. How much more are ye better than the fowls? Okay, so the Most High feeds the birds. The birds don't be thinking, damn, what I'm gonna eat? You know, they're always fed. All right, they just fly and then they land on a branch and they land down and grab some food. Okay, that's how the elect's going to be in the times to come. All right, but for everybody else that's not covered in these times to come, all right, you are going to be taken away swiftly. Okay, so moving on to Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 65. Isaiah chapter 65, and I would start at verse 12. Yeah, Isaiah 65 and verse 12. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. All right, because the Most High is not coming to bring peace on the earth. He's coming what? To bring a sword. All right, for all the wickedness that you have done. Ye that have chose darkness. All of you have chosen and lived and abided in your darkness. And what? Darkness is getting ready to come upon you. All right, great, dark, and evil day is upon the face of the earth. Okay, like none other. All right, Daniel the 12th chapter. And all you people that are in the world, again, you're getting ready to be taken out. All right, violently. All right, thus with violence shall what? This great city Babylon be thrown down. Okay. You know, mystery whore Babylon is so-called America. All right, and there's no denying it. Okay, you had in Las Vegas, there's a convention with the ancient Babylonian references. You know, there's no denying that this place is Babylon. All right, and you people didn't consider the latter end. All right, because what was the end of Babylon? Destruction. What is going to be the fate of modern day Babylon? Okay, the virgin daughter Babylon. All right, destruction. Okay, so by continuing, because When I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before in my eyes, and did not choose that wherein I delighted not. And did choose that wherein I delighted not. That's you people. All right, and specifically talking about you 2/3. Okay? Because when the Most High speaks, it's directly speaking to his children. Okay? But you're considered a heathen, because you hear not the words in the church, all right, of the Most High. Therefore, you're accounted as a heathen. All right? So, hey, Most High, these laws, statutes, and commandments are the standard of the world. And, because sentence is not executed speedily, all right, the hearts of men have fully set themselves to do evil. Okay, and you think the Most High is gonna recompense you for that? All right, is he not gonna get you for that? All right, you've been sadly mistaken. Okay, so this is verse 13. Thus saith the Lord Yahawah, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Okay, so that's the balance. Okay, all these things coming to pass. This great food shortage, the famine. Okay, this pestilence. All right, every manner of pestilence is getting ready to hit the earth. The sword. You name it. All these evils. Who's going to be protected? All right, his elect. All right, the Most High chosen. Like he said, he wouldn't utterly destroy the house of Jacob. He always has a remnant. All right, that's the only people he's dealing with. A small percentage. All right. And this goes into Isaiah the 47th chapter. All right, you're not gonna be able to put you people of this world. You're not gonna be able to put this evil off anymore. Again, because it's gonna be at your doorstep. When you go to you watch these shows on Netflix, this should be a hint to you, but people see it as entertainment. Everything is not a game. This is getting ready to be real life. All right, and you're gonna have to deal with this, and you are not prepared. Okay. That's why all you people are going to be going ballistic. Okay, they shall be like madmen, spirit not. All right, continues 14. But all my servants shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. And that's just the balance. Okay, we're sighing and crying right now because we hate this world. We can't wait for the tables to turn. All right, for things to start rolling in the elect's favor. All right, in the righteous favor. Okay, because what? Because the Most High is getting ready to destroy this place. Okay, and have righteousness be the standard. Okay, this place is evil. This place you stand on is evil. Okay, it's cursed. This is a cursed land. Okay, that's why the Most High says, "Come out of my people." Okay, for it shall leave you with a sore destruction. This is not our place of rest. This is our punishment. It should feel like a jail sentence, because it is a jail sentence. Okay, because we have disobeyed our power, but now our punishment is getting ready to be up. And just like he promised us, he's going to get us out of here and put us back in the land which he has promised us. Okay, but nobody. This is the greatest upset ever in history. Okay, the elect are getting ready to be rulers. The poor and the humble, all right, the meek shall inherit the earth, because it's been promised to them. And the wicked had an appointed time which they shall rule, and they're getting ready to be rooted out. All right, but this is 15. And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen, because you people are cursed. Okay, 2/3 is a curse. To be a heathen is a curse. Okay, especially in this time. All right, but later when the righteous is in authority, all right, everybody else will rejoice. But it's a curse to be anybody except for the Most High's elect. All right, because you're not covered. Continuing, for the Lord Yahawah shall slay thee, and his servants shall be and call his servants by another name. Okay, and calling us another name is calling what we're supposed to be called. All right, children of the Most High. We're not Negroes, we're not Latinos, we're not Native Americans. All right, we are Israelites. All right, and that's who we are. We are the Most High's chosen. All right, but that's the point. I could bring out Job. I might as well. This is Job chapter 5 in verse 19. Really just harping on the point, man, that this is the time, man, of set repentance for us to come back onto the Lord. All right, this is the time to have a ball and live your best life. All right, those people, that goes into the ungodly. All right, they have no chance. These people have no chance. They have no idea what is going on. All right, and they're only gonna try to get right when it's too late, and they're gonna be calling upon all the names except for who? The only power that can save. The only power that's doing this to you. All right, and even the people that do have the name, they aren't doing the things that the Lord told them to do. They're going to die also. All right, many shall say, Lord, Lord. They're not going to enter in the kingdom either. All right, why? Because they do the things that please not the Most High. Okay, and that's a great shame. All right, this is Job chapter 5 and verse 19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yeah, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. All right, so 7 is just a number of meaning completion. So however many troubles you go through, because you go through many troubles in a day. Okay, but it's going to be obviously amplified in extreme in the times to come. But we're always delivered through troubles. You drive and someone swerves and almost hits you, but the Most High kept you clear. Okay, just small examples like that. Okay, you're crossing the street, someone's speeding, and they finally see you and slow down and don't hit you. That's an evil. Okay, but the Most High says, this evil shall not touch you. All right, and again, this is specifically talking about in the times we're coming into. Okay, because it's going to be very extreme out here. All right, this is verse 20. In famine he shall redeem thee from death. All right, so to die of famine is a terrible death. That has to be the worst death. All right, just starving to death, having your body eat itself alive. All right, really, literally turning from the inside out. That's a terrible way to go out. All right, but Most High is saying he shall who? He shall what? Redeem thee from famine. All right, because we're coming into a famine. All right, famine of everything, and even famine of the word. All right, but hey, that's why the word has to be instilled in you. Okay, this is the build up. All right, for that big test. All right, and if you don't have the Spirit of the Lord, you're not going to make it. That's why it's about making your relationship with him stronger and bonding with him. All right, doing the things he's pleased in, reading about him, doing your job in the ministry. Okay, this is what is going to by your faith and your works save you from this set of perils to come. All right, and it's all predestination. All right, but still you have an opportunity to make it out of here. Okay, so this is an opportunity of a lifetime, literally. But continuing, okay, and in war from the power of the sword. So we're going to be kept from this stuff. Okay, and this is 21. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. All right, when you read these words, this should be like, I need to keep doing what the Most High wants me to do, because here no one else is promising this to you. Who else on the earth can promise you these things? Nobody can. Okay, put it like that. Nobody can. Ain't nobody warning you about this stuff to come besides who? All right, the Most High's prophets, his servants. Okay, which is an extension of the Most High's mercy and compassion. All right, so don't take advantage of it. All right, take advantage of it, but don't take advantage of it, if you get what I'm saying. But continuing, verse 22, where I'm gonna close out. Well, I'll close at 23. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh. Okay, because why? Because our redemption draweth nigh. All right, these are the signs of his coming. All right, we can't wait to get out of here. Okay, we can't wait for this evil to come upon you, you damn devils. Specifically, you white men, women, and children. Continuing, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. All right, and that's talking about animals. All right, hey, because there's food shortage for everybody. So what the animals gonna start doing? They're gonna start eating people. Okay, this is 23. This is the point. This is the point of animals eating people. For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. So going back to the ravens, hey, they might share some of the food that they get and drop it off to you. Have you a nice little sandwich. I'll be careful, but still, you know what I'm trying to say. Okay, Most High is gonna take care of us. All right, and that's why you ask, damn, what I gotta do for me to be protected. Okay, and that's abiding in the fear of YAHAWASHI. That's the beginning, knowing the terror that he puts forth. All right, shall there be evil done in the city and the Most High have not done it? Okay, the Most High is doing all this. So if he's bringing this evil, obviously he's bringing this safety. All right, that's why here comes in YAHAWASHI. All right, but nonetheless, all right, Lord's witness edifying. It's kind of a lengthy lesson, but nonetheless, Lord's witness edifying. And as always, want to give our praises to Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Rakak. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone, and peace and blessings to the whole collective Israel. Shalom.